The thief that comes to steal, kill, and destroy is not the devil. You've probably heard someone say the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. They're quoting John 10 verse 10. But here's the thing. That verse never says the devil. And if you read the whole chapter, it becomes clear. Jesus isn't talking about Satan. He's talking about religious leaders. Let's back up to the real context. John 9 and 10. In John 9, Jesus heals a man who was blind since birth. The Pharisees, the religious leaders, get mad. They grill the guy. They question his parents. Then they kick him out of the synagogue. They cared more about control than compassion. They didn't care about his healing. They cared that Jesus healed him and people were going to start following Jesus instead of them. Then comes John 10. Same conversation. Jesus says, anyone who doesn't enter the sheep pen through the gate is a thief and a robber. That's John 10 verse 1. And he's not talking about demons. He's talking about the Pharisees, the ones trying to lead God's people without going through him. They're supposed to be shepherds, but they're using the sheep to build their own kingdom. Jesus calls himself the Good Shepherd. In John 10:11, Jesus says, the Good Shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. He's showing the difference. Real shepherds protect, fake ones steal. They're after themselves. So when he says the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, John 10:10, he's still talking about those same corrupt leaders, not Satan, but religious systems that use fear, shame, and control to keep people in line. Here's more proof this isn't about the devil. In John 10:1, Jesus defines the thief as anyone who sneaks in some other way, not Satan. In John 10:8, he says, all who came before me are thieves and robbers. Again, people, religious leaders, not supernatural beings. And it simply does not mention Satan nowhere in the chapter, not once. So what does the thief really represent? Any person or system that blocks people from God, uses fear to manipulate, kicks people out instead of bringing them in, or starves the sheep instead of feeding them. That's the thief. And it can show up in church leadership, in legalistic teaching, in spiritual abuse, or even in a guilt and shame-based religion. And here's Jesus' point. I came so that they would have life, and life more abundantly. He's saying, I'm not here to control you. I'm here to set you free. Not to scare you, but to lead you with love. And although we may still have a lot of thieves who come to steal, kill, and destroy, we can always look to Jesus as our good shepherd. Thank you for listening. God bless.